Sorry, could you repeat the last part of that question?
Collection of internet shopping revenue.
Of internet shopping revenue?
Yes.
That's another complex and interesting question. It's lost revenue for our state and for our local government when people are buying off the internet. But also, I tend to prefer to look towards taxing solutions in which we're not taxing people for behaviors that we actually want them to engage in, like consumerism and owning property. And I would prefer to look more towards taxing situations where we can eliminate liabilities and maybe eliminate some social ills while raising revenue in the process. And that's why one of the things I'd be looking towards introducing in Carbondale is a bag tax. It's had a lot of success in a lot of other cities. Washington, D.C. implemented a bag tax and was able to reduce bag usage by 90% in the first month alone, while raising a couple $1 million for the city of Washington during the first year of that program.
Do you actively support efforts like those of the Illinois Municipal League to reform collection of internet shopping revenue, Mr. Chrysler?
Well, again, I believe in free enterprise, but I also believe in fair trade. So a lot of these companies that are selling items online, yes, if an Illinoisan is buying something online, they should be paying the same sales taxes in their community. They should be collected. However, there is the situation that I've run into. I have purchased items online. There's in cases where I found some shoes, in town. They were $110. I found them online for $30. If it was a matter of $5 or $10, I'd probably buy it in town. But when we're talking $60, $70 more that I could save, of course I'm going to buy it online. But yeah, if we're losing sales tax revenue, that's not fair for not only the city but also for the businesses that are losing the sales. So yes, there needs to be fair trade. Thank you.
Mr. Maroney?
As I recall, the rationalization of not having a tax on internet sales was to get the program going, to see if it would work. I think it works. I don't think they have to provide any more incentives. If we're going to tax one group, we should tax the other group. It just doesn't make sense not to. The only way there's a tax now, well, if we have a business in your state, then we'll tax you. If we don't have a business in your state, then we don't tax you. It makes no sense at all. Everybody pays the tax.
I share that idea, the notion that we should be taxing, even though I really don't like taxes. But if you have to go look somewhere for taxes, I think I would look there. I think that the savings, for example, that we have on the purchase of an item can easily then absorb the tax that is paid. I agree that I think it should be taxed, and I think it should be taxed to the service of the local community.
I think there's a common theme amongst all of us that we truly believe that needs to happen, but you have to also realize that the structure must be set up so where it does come to the local entities instead of going to the state. Because once it gets to the state, it's not going to come back this way. Let's truthfully be honest with that. Once the state gets their hands on it or hold of it, they're going to keep the money, they're going to collect the interest off of it and make it their own. So if we do something along that lines, we've got to be proactive in our advocacy of trying to make sure that the municipalities get their percentage of it and keep it here locally.